Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Power, Book 4, Season 2, Force. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. Of course, we know Tommy Egan, played by Joseph Sequoia. Tommy's back, and Season 2 is about to kick off. We've been on hiatus from the Power universe, and it's the end of the summer coming up pretty much, and they Gary hit us with series after series. After Tommy's series, I believe it's Raising Canaan, and then Raising Canaan after Raising Canaan is BMF, and then I'm pretty sure Power Book 2 Ghosts is after that. So we in for the fall season to be back in business with the Power universe. So this episode picks up, I think it's about 2 days after the last season ended. Liliana was killed, but in the Power universe, if you didn't see a body at the morgue, it didn't happen. I kind of was underneath the and of course Claudia Flynn killed Liliana, and I was underneath the belief that they left her there, and it's a chance she could be alive. Like she got by the time the cops came, and she was alive, but nobody don't know because we didn't really see nobody. We just seen her with her eyes shut and Tommy standing over her, and they pulled Tommy away. Of course, he wants his revenge. He's talking to his thoughts, and Liliana's talking to him in his head. Basically, he's saying he's gonna revenge her death. So it shows Tommy going into one of the Flynn's henchmen to get information. He has a knife, asking him who killed Liliana, and he pretty much gave up some information, but he stabbed Tommy in the Tommy stabbed and killed him in the process or whatever. So that was just to set the episode off. Meanwhile, what you got going on, you have of course we have a divide between Gerard and Diamond, and they both talking to their crews, telling them, we'll mess with that crew, you don't mess with this crew, F my brother. Both brothers are saying that pretty much. And if it come down to it, it's up on either side. So in Gerard's side, they kind of weak on their connect, and when it comes to money, they short on money and everything like that. So he speaks to the connect. Now in walks new character. I think his name is Miguel. Is his name Miguel? Yeah, Miguel Garcia. So he's like the Mexico connect in that city, and so he's coming up short. Miguel is pretty much telling him, listen, man, I want my money expeditiously. I want my money expeditiously. And Gerard's like, all right, I'll get you your money. Now, because it's the divide and certain blocks goes to certain other areas and stuff like that, it's going to be hard for Gerard to get back on. So, meanwhile, with the Flynns, they had their people from Dublin come to help them with their fight. None of the people from Dublin returned. They all got killed. And so their people is pretty much saying, nah. And one of the people, I think his name is Doyle, he like, y'all got to pay for that. And so Walter Flynn is pretty much running out of liquid cash, and they got to come up with a plan. The kids, Vic and Claudia, are staying low, but they don't really want to fool with their dad like that. Of course, we know Walter Flynn was the reason for Vic's love interest to get killed, and he don't want to have anything to do with his dad, and they need to get from underneath him. So they talk about going into business together, 50-50, no secrets, and have each other's back. That's the theory at first. So it shows the doctor first and shows they Gary do their thing with Dahlia. Back at Tommy and Diamond's crew, Diamond is telling all his uh, team everything was going on. So there's one particular, I forgot his name, but he was minute. He's kind of rebelling, like telling Diamond what we need to sit here and listen to this white boy for. Diamond telling that's my partner. So Tommy pops up being Tommy, and of course Tommy has the super ghetto superhero plot armor for these, because he ain't gonna die. He's a star, so he does a lot of wild, crazy stuff that in real life somebody been did. But nevertheless, for the show, he has a bag of keys. He started distributing them to the people, telling them that they're getting a better price. Instead of 30, 35, they're getting them 31. And so the people, that was good. But it's one particular one, he was basically like rebelling, saying we shouldn't be involved with Tommy, who he pretty much, and they Diamond pretty much said he'd come around. So later in the episode, you do see that same guy, Gerard, pretty much told him, instead for 31, I give it to you for 26. You need to roll with me and switch sides. Dude, switch sides or whatever. Back at Kate, JP, and JP's son. So of course they got a strained relationship, but they trying to mend the fence. Of course Kate there now, she got a real grandson with D-Mac. D-Mac is recovering from his wounds. So it showed them like going through a little bonding period, and Kate is doing well with D-Mac. So when Diamond goes and see the Connect Miguel, Tommy wants to meet the Connect. He told Tommy to chill. The Connect is really looking at Tommy, can we trust him or whatever. So he told Tommy to go in another room. When Tommy went in that room, he meets Miguel's little sister, Mira, and she's a nurse. And you see her again, her and Tommy meet again. Tommy driving somewhere, he sees her. He meets her again and pretty much asks her if he'd give her a ride. She don't want no parts of that lifestyle. She's a nurse, and of course she thinks anybody that deals with her brother is a scumbag and they ain't gonna be worth nothing. They either gonna be in jail or dead. That's how she looks at them. She doesn't want that for herself. Respect due, but we can already see this is gonna be Tommy's love interest. And with Tommy's love interest, they end up getting killed or something like that. So we're gonna see how far this goes. Also in this episode, you see new, they gotta throw some cop work involved. So you have U.S. Attorney Stacey Marks. She's running a group. They got a bunch of pictures on the wall, like The Wire, and they trying to figure out who Tommy is. So of course they know the car Tommy drive. One of the time Tommy is showing JP this new restaurant that he got for him. It turns into a lounge club he got for him. They come out and get Tommy's fingerprints off of his car. Of course, they're gonna run that, and they find out who he is, Tommy Egan, but he's supposed to be dead, and he faked his death. So that's more law on Tommy with that. I'm trying to think. Okay, so what ended up happening is Dahlia is gonna wipe the streets because it's a new product. So of course, with JP working with Liliana and the doctor, he knows the formula for Dahlia. Tommy got him to give him the formula. They put it out on the internet so everybody can make the Dahlia, which if everybody could get it for cheap, what they did, they was putting a knockoff version out, just like cocaine and crack in the 80s, where cocaine was looked at as an expensive party drug for people who have money. They made crack so everybody can afford it or whatever. So that's what they did pretty much with Dahlia. And when Dahlia, when it happened, Victor Flynn called Claudia, basically like, what did you do? And Claudia, like, what are you talking about? He said, look online. So she got to see the full ingredients to Dahlia was all online. Everybody could make it now. So that cuts into her business. She figured that it was the doctor because the doctor didn't want to deal with her anymore. So uh, she killed the doc, where she could have used her to come up with a different formula for something else, but she killed the doctor. So rest in peace to the doc. She had to go. Killed her storyline. She was pretty much pointless with the story. And that was pretty much the episode. What's going on, the touch base. The last thing that pretty much took place is that the guy, the little henchman that was once with on Diamond's side, and then now is with uh, Janar's side. Tommy pretty much said, we need him out of here. And Diamond was like, nah, I ain't trying to start no beef with nobody. And Tommy was like, well, don't worry, I got this. It's not on you. So Tommy went to wherever he was hanging out, showed up with his hoodie. He came out talking a little slick, and pretty much Tommy gunned him down, stood over top of him, shot him. That's welcomed Tommy back to the series to start set it off. That was the end of episode 1. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Tell me what you think in the comments. Are you here for it? Till next time.